Thank you for purchasing our SIG commercial enclosure. We've designed our commercial enclosure to be as easy to assemble as they are to enjoy. So in this video, we will go through the overview of the assembly as well as some best practices on the assembly. When you receive your commercial enclosure, you should receive the following. As far as tools, this is what you need to put the enclosure together. Please be sure to reference the documents that came in the box for final dimensions, sizing, and match it to the sizing you purchased. You will start by piecing together the side poles that go on the ground first, with the black L connectors facing the front. Using the angled T connector, you'll attach them to the other end of the pole and connect the long pole to finish the assembly of the back bottom part of the enclosure. After you've completed assembling the bottom part of the frame, and connect the long pole to finish the assembly of the back bottom part of the enclosure. After you've completed assembling the bottom part of the frame, begin inserting the 4 poles vertically. All poles will be marked to be inserted 4 inches into the connectors. With the angled connectors on the vertical poles, insert the remaining poles to the vertical pole connectors. Be sure to use a mallet to fine-tune fitting while you're assembling. If you have the optional cross beam, you may now connect the pole to connect the left and right side at this time. Keep the set screws just tight enough to keep the poles up so you have enough wiggle room to get everything to fit properly during assembly. Once all your poles are fitted into the correct connectors, grab something like a block of wood and put them around all corners of the enclosure so you can elevate them off the ground. This will help you get the surround under the enclosure without having to pick it up. Grab some black bungees and the surround and begin bungeeing the corner of the surround on the side first. Start with getting the corners secured to the poles along the top and the front and back side of the poles. Once you have it secured where you can leave it hanging, begin securing the top and the sides of the surround to the poles. Follow the same steps and proceed to adding the top surround and the other side as well, using the same steps to securing it to the poles with the bungees and through the grommets of the surround. Remember to Velcro the bottom part of the surround around the pole and Velcro it to the inside. Next, grab your screen and the striped bungees. Similar to how you did the surround, add bungees on the top corners and the middle of the screen to keep it suspended from the ground. You can also bungee the bottom side of the screen to keep it from touching the ground while you're running the steel cable through the foam pieces. This is what you'll use to keep the bottom of the screen against the ground for that seamless bottom. When you're pulling the cable through, gently secure the screw and the end of the cable through the connector holes. You can now pull the screen under the cable foam area and bungee the corners while you're tightening the cable. Once you've secured it, the steel cable on the sides of the connectors using pliers and the Allen key to tighten, bungee the screen down to the bottom metal frame to secure it. If you find that the screen isn't touching in the middle, slowly start adjusting the steel cable to loosen it until it is flushed to the ground. Once you've completed the bottom screen bungee and cable, you can install your optional black back screen. Make sure the Velcro is on the inside so it can stick to the screen, and bungee black screen to the side and top poles as well. You'll notice there's some extra fabric along the edges of the surround. Pull those around and Velcro them down to the adjacent surround. This serves to hide the poles so you have a clean and professional look. Moving to the inside of the enclosure, we will now add the foam baffles to left, right, top, and the top sides of the enclosure to finish out the installation. Take your time, and don't be afraid to reposition so that you can have a flushed, clean look. Now that you've finished your enclosure assembly, you are ready to enjoy your SIG commercial enclosure. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach back out to us. We would also love to see your setup, so don't forget to tag us on social media.